Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we not talk. Thank you.
Hello there.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live. Thank you so much for joining me. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Maiyegun today. Yeah.
Maiyegun Diary Politico. Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun Diary.
I am going to also sympathize with you currently experiencing the APC Egbekegbe's inflicted hardship on you. I sympathize with you, all of you, even if you are their supporters or not. It doesn't really matter. Man, I can't imagine what life is like for many of you right now. I'm finding it difficult to have access to your money, and you are also preparing for a confusing election, right? So as confusing as their election is, I can tell you something for free. The one confusion that majority of the people are finding so hard to explain is that of Buhari, APC, Egbekegbe, as well as the coming elections. Now, put it this way. Nigerians are going through hell like never seen before right now. Now, they are confused if their money is legal or not. Then APC, Egbekegbe, fighting APC, Egbekegbe. Now APC took APC to court to decide if your money is legal or not. Now it is scarce, fuel is scarce, hardship quintupled. Then the same Buhari that is behind the whole thing is also appearing at campaign rallies like he just did in Lagos. And everybody there, right, couldn't tell themselves, right, and say, man, we are going through hell and we are here. The person behind it is actually sitting up there. And none of these guys could tell him to ease things up, even if not for anybody, temporarily, even for his own party members that are complaining of sabotage. So tell me about confusion when you see your problems, and you decided to dodge it by pretending not to see it. So that's part of the confusion that you can say. And there are many more confusion going about. So read the caption, read the description of this broadcast, share the broadcast, okay? Sit back after liking the video, sit back, relax, and then we're going to start in a minute. It is going to be a long night, by the way. I hope you are prepared. It is going to be a long night. So share the broadcast. And go easy. Yes. Thank you. The brethren of the Temple of Truth, I welcome you once again to this sermon tonight. I implore you to please listen with an open mind. You are likely not going to like everything I'm going to say, but do you know something? Nigeria is about to experience an implosion orchestrated and financed by the people in government in Nigeria. The start is what we are kind of preparing for. I don't think a lot of you are actually prepared for the aftermath if they hold their election on Saturday. But this platform can help you to kind of understand the nitty-gritty, the intrigues and intricacies, I don't know, all those funny things that makes Nigeria politics less predictable and for the first time more confusing. I can help, trust me. So listen with an open mind, and then let's get started. Buhari was in Lagos today to attend the grand finale of Tinubu's campaign. Everywhere is tight. People are struggling, suffering, and the rest of that. But as the APC, Egbekegbe, that will never take responsibility for anything, they decided to say, well, if life throws you lemon, maybe you should make a lemonade from it. Even if it is a poisonous one, they wouldn't mind. They can make a gain out of this mess created by one of them or their own leader. But he was there in Lagos. Everywhere shut down. Markets shut down. Parks shut down. Roads closed down. Everybody straight to the stadium. It is grand finale. Tinubu is coming to town. It needs to show to the people that, listen, if there is no money scarcity, if there's no fuel scarcity, he has no one that is contesting with but himself. So they have to show something, make an impression. So, Buhari, who then appeared, actually made a promise for few seconds as usual, because one of the problems that they said they are having is that within their camp, they have realized that Kolu Tifnumbu, yeah, I'm talking about Jaga Bandit, failed to use the achievement of Buhari and the APC government of 8 years to campaign, which tells them that even before they will leave that office, the moment Tifnumbu becomes the president-elect, is coming for them first, and they can smell it from far. So with that internal bickering and wahala, which is true, by the way, so they said that that's why they are sabotaging him and the rest. However, the man behind the whole wahala, whenever he appears at any of Kolu's rallies, it doesn't say much. Okay, it's pretty much like, well, that's your trouble. You can deal with it. But he did say something this afternoon. Buhari said, Tifnumbu is your next president. He didn't say it the way I am about to say it too, but that is the way I understand it, I'll say. He said, Tifnumbu is going to be your next president. All the permutations are in place, except something happened. Save for that, Tifnumbu is your next president, because according to him, he is already briefing him on international diplomatic security and all those jargons. Something like they have already started. I don't know if that is true or not. Now, waiting Buhari said, that they've already started walking around transfer of power to Tifnumbu. See, look at him. You are jumping up. Something just entered you there. Agbado. Okay. I am only telling you what I heard, and then you also listen to that too tonight. But that's my own understanding. So, which means that as Kolu has been wishing and hoping, is that he is only waiting for the day of his coronation. Okay? So, Buhari confirmed that in Lagos today. But before today, there have been some things popping up too, okay, that you should know before we delve into the drama of their campaigns, okay? Before today, you have been seeing different polls presenting Peter Obi as the projected winner that will beat Atiku, beat Tifnumbu, beat everybody, and then until just 2 days ago. Normally, they will tell you, you don't need to believe in any poll. Don't go, I got this poll. Poll is this, you know what I mean? But fine. But you know something? El Rufaya released a poll. And in that poll, Tifnumbu is projected that is going to win the election as well. Okay? According to them, they said that Tifnumbu will be first, Atiku will be second, and Peter Obi will be third. But in their own poll, the reason why I'm telling you about this is that I'm about to share some data with you now that are also part of the real concern that you probably have been told never to really, you forget it, it doesn't matter. It's all nonsense. It's all noise. Now, when these Obi and obedient people started, I bet a lot of you actually believe that it was just a social media frenzy. I know some of you still believe that, but not as it was 10 months ago. If you want to be honest, Abi, traditionally, okay, Nigeria I've told you this before, I'll repeat it. Nigeria has 124,000 polling units. But after 2019, they created more polling units. So they published, they said they now have 176,000 or so polling units in Nigeria. Now, primarily, APC, PDP, they are expected to have more than 90% presence in all of those polling units, because those polling units also kind of covers the political wards. That is when you go to, when you say federal, state, local government, then you go straight to the ward level. From ward level, then you go to the unit level. That is the stages, right? So if you want to go into an elections, you are expected to at least have one person representing you to help monitor your votes at every polling unit. So when they talk about structure, so they were told these people are only existing on social media. And it was long held belief, and it was deliberate. But in reality, it is not so. So El Rufai released a poll. And in that poll, they said Tinubu is going to win 26 states. And he's going to get his 25% in 24 states conveniently in that poll. Atiku, they said Atiku is going to win 21 states. And he is only going to make the 25% in just about 15 states. El Rufai Polo. Then they said that Peter Obi would only win 18 states. How? And he will only get 25% in just 11 to 12 states. So it's going to be third. Now that is where I am going. Okay? They said they have no structure. In fact, they will have nobody in the most part of those polling units that will monitor their elections except on social media. It is also a propaganda too. But in reality, the reasons why the whole thing is no longer so clearer, and none of them can beat their chest the way they would normally do with the usual way of the way they do things. That is, that was people, PDP, APC, shout from today to tomorrow, okay? You end up in, and the answer for either APC or PDP. But for the first time, it be like say disobedient are giving them the run for their money. For the first time. So, yesterday, after the poll of El Rufai, their INEC then released the data they have. So what is the data? You may not, the first one was that for the first time, they saw a never seen before surge in the numbers of new people who registered they want to vote. They also saw a never seen before surge in the level of their PVC collections. Don't believe most of all those propaganda lies and all that too. But I am telling you this because there's a place I am actually taking you to in all of this just before we go to Lagos. Talking about data that is threatening. Threatening those who are like the traditional establishment in Nigeria. So yesterday, Atiku released their own poll too. And Atiku is projected that he was going to win. Atiku is expected to win 31 states. Okay? And it's going to get 25% in almost 27 states, conveniently. The second person they gave was Tinubu. Atifu's poll says Tinubu is going to come second with just about 24 states, winning 24 states and only getting 25% in about 20 states. And Peter Obi coming distant third is going to get about 15 states. Win 15 states, and then it's going. They shall do all that, blah, blah, blah. But you know, who win what or who is not going to win what is not what I want you to be interested in. Is that what I want you to be interested in is that the establishment, right, that brought us to this stage where everybody is asking out, how can we get out of this mess? How can we get out of this whole thing? I don't want to be part of this anymore. The establishment says the threat of the obedient is real. And in their own book, they are allocating states to them that they will win states. The establishment is seeing that, and they had to double the propaganda. INEC released the numbers of the party agency. Oh, sorry. Party agency, a polling unit agency. Baba, if I say that there the shock high though. All this while, all the 4 people tweeting in a room, it be like say they are actually up to the game. I'm saying this simply because for those who have seen it before now, that the situation will push the establishment, whether PDP or APC, okay, it will push them beyond their traditional comfortable zones, including their traditional regular voters. If elections should hold and more people troop out indeed, it is not going to be as projected anymore. Guess what? They said that Peter Obi is coming to, or the obedient are only coming to come and divide Atifu's vote for the gain to the gain of Kolu. I told you, at the end of the day, the two leprous fingers, they're going to have to work together to tame this threat that is about to push Nigeria to the first runoff election. I mean, if they say we are going to see shock after Saturday, if you listen, all of us go see shock with what I'm thinking. You remember I told you that this whole fight between APC, Egbekegbe, is not about new Naira note or old Naira note or anything. It's not because they can't get their own hands on the old and the new. It's not because they can't print their own fake money and the rest of that or improvise. It's more than that. The real problem is that APC, Egbekegbe, that has failed, done so bad. The people of Tinubu have done so much work to distance Tinubu from it. But the more they try to, the more it shows that they are only trying to distance because they are only hypocrites. Right? And for them to scale this whole thing, for APC to say Peter Obi will win 18 states in Nigeria, 18 states, for 4 people in a room. So that means they will have to do a lot to stop them from, that means probably it's even more than that. Probably the data is more than what they want to admit. Probably that is the reason why they will rather make sure you never have the election to start with and let the violence actually disrupt everything. I'm saying all of this because take away the propaganda. Take away what you think you know. Okay? Because they said educated people are the only people who are willing and ready to learn and at the same time to unlearn what they have learned, because with new facts, with new information, right, your old your older belief can change. I'm only saying all of this because this is a ground for the coming revolution. You know why I said that? If these people who told you these guys have no structure or what have you. They are hiding something from you that if they have to go the traditional way, the old way, buying election, suppressing, intimidation, violence as usual, I am thinking it's going to boomerang. That is where I'm going. You can ask me, why do I say that? I'll tell you. You need one person to represent you at every polling unit, at least one. Now that Nigeria INEC says they have 176,000 to 170,000 polling units or so. That means anybody who wants to challenge PDP and APC would need to present people at every polling unit to monitor their vote. Is that not the way they should do it? Nigeria have 18 presidential candidates from 18 political parties. And from their INEC, from their own INEC data, the 4 people tweeting in a room, they are able to present 134,000 of themselves across Nigeria to become polling unit agents for them. How did they do that in 10 months? How? And just yesterday, ADC, another political party, said they were merging with the people of Obi. So INEC says they have the register of over 98,000 polling unit agents for that ADC. So to the obedient, 134,000 plus 98,000. That automatically gives them an immediate 42,000 polling unit agents. No wonder. I was reading everywhere then where they said that this whole thing, that you are going to learn a lesson, because the structure that is going to teach you that lesson is something that you cannot even match. Now, listen, for 10 months, I have never seen anywhere where they said they found the obedient and the rest of them sharing money to mobilize people for any of their rallies, whether small, big, or large, or small, or whatever. I have seen that of PDP. I've seen that of APC. Traditionally, that is normal way. You need to pay to mobilize people. It's normal. But these guys in 10 months showed it to all of us, doubting Thomases, right? That they could do it without asking for money. They could do it with their own money. Then you see PDP, you see APC continue to tell you that they are inconsequential. And to me, I am not saying that Obi is going to win or is not going to win. That is yet to be seen. What I am saying to you is that if you don't believe before that there is problem looming, and the problem is not mostly from you, it is from the criminals who have told you many times that they have to hold your hands and tell you what to do because they know best. They lead the rest of you into this ditch. They are offering themselves as the solutions again. Traditionally, propaganda and the rest of that is what they do. Now, look at them fighting themselves over control of who is going to control who wins the election or rig the election, starting with APC. That's the reason why they are fighting. They are fighting for that control so that they can be able to tame any threat that will stop Tinubu or Atiku. All of these games. But they are telling you that they are fighting for you. But the truth is that behind the scene, they need something to tame you. Who are they trying to tame? The 4 people tweeting in a room. So what do you think will happen? Old note, new note, wahala between APC and APC is causing riots all over Nigeria right now. They are burning banks.
and they are killing people because they are fighting themselves. Now look at what will happen if they finally realize that they need to come together for a bigger threat of people they believe are nothing. That means they will want to do what they do best. Do their rigging, suppress violence and the rest. What do you think will happen if all of these are not actually on just social media, that they are real? That if the politicians are telling you that nothing will happen, we'll teach them a lesson. The lesson they want to teach them is that they will rig them out, okay? They will muscle them out. They will use everything to show them that it will never be this or that. But in reality, the numbers are not adding up. APC say Obi will win 18 states. PDP said Obi will win 13 states. So they agree they will win. That means people are there. INEC says Obi and his people have over 240,000 polling unit agents. They superseded. Should I say they supersede Atifu's polling unit agent? They superseded Tinubu's polling unit agent. They have 142,000. That means the PDP and APC, traditionally, they would have to spend a lot to start buying them the same way they usually buy all the smaller parties. Because you know what the whole orchestration is going to be? I think they know. I don't want to think that. I don't want to believe that they will find out later. I believe they do know. If in their own data they release that, right? They said that Atiku has 107. In fact, let me show you. There is actually a figure on the screen. So, where every one of them have polling unit agents, state by state, and where they don't have at all. Do you get that now? So they are buying other smaller parties, and they are like saying they are collapsing their structure for PDP, for APC. You know, traditionally, people will be decamping in times like this, and at the end of the day, you end up in the hands of the same criminals you are running away from, okay? However, these are allocated, according to the INEC in Nigeria, state by state, allocated their polling unit agents by political parties, right? And in total, or more, watch, AAC, or for more Shore, has over 38,000, nearly 40,000 people, the revolutionaries who have volunteered to be polling unit agent, right? This ADC, they have 96,000, right? I'm looking for the other ones. Oh, give me a sec. Right, that's the first old one anyway. So APC, 174,000 or so. PDP, 178,000. Labour, 134,000. Anyway, I did explain. I mean, I've explained that. Like I said, it's still going to be a long night. So I just thought I should call your attention to that as their countdown to the 2023 elections will kick off. So let's go to Lagos. Okay. So earlier, they've told everybody to shut their own to shut their markets, and then as usual. Okay. So this is what it looks like, or looked like earlier in Lagos when Tinubu was in his motorcade. But I think what we should do is that we should start from when he got to Lagos, the way we normally do. This.
Anyway, after that, right, on the streets, a long watch, okay, but we'll get to the stadium eventually.
You're wondering what is happening right now, we are at the venue of the Lagos APC presidential rally here in Lagos, and what we are witnessing right now is the arrival of the standard bearer of the All Progressive Congress, Ashwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, here at TBS Lagos, and supporters are right here on the road, waiting to receive the arrival of the president, incoming presidential candidate of the party APC, and it's quite massive right here at TBS.
So let's cut it short, okay? There's this open roof boss, campaign boss, also cited. I mean, in a closer shot, let's take a look at that. And then let's go to the venue. Okay, let's go to the venue. Initially, what the venue looked like before the arrival of the president and the presidential candidate, that is Buhari and Tinubu. Okay, so let's go inside the place. So they've got artists, they've got musicians, artists, performing artists, actors and actresses, Yorubas, and then, from across Nigeria, Igbo, everybody. And if you remember this, well, you're going to know these faces anyway. Let's take a look at these. From the same venue, okay? Look at this.
People, on Saturday.
Baba Boy. I actually thought he lives in America now. Is he back in Nigeria? Is Baba going back home now? Like, is he back in Nigeria? I'm sorry, I should have done my own findings before asking you. Anyway, but I remember that he lives in America. At some point, majority of them actually left. Now, Nigeria now. Many actors and actresses. I mean, actresses who have to leave as well, because and they were watching all their colleagues back from where they are. Like, man, Anyway, there is more. Take a look at this.
Okay, now, thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, mo wá fẹ́ pè bàbá wa. Ayẹyẹ tí wàá sí bàbá sọ̀rọ̀, á ní bàbá yìí tì. Woman, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call on that Prince of Lagos. Oṣé. Ètò jẹ́ kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wà bó ṣe wà fẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Oṣé. Ó mú àwọn Lagos State tó gbé wọn lọ fún front of entertainment. Oṣé. Oṣé. That is the man who nurtured me, who taught me a lot of things. Oṣé. Ladies and gentlemen. Ọmọlúwàbí. Ẹ bá mi kí káwọn ọmọ sọ pé ọmọlúwàbí. Ọmọ àgbẹ̀ ní Afrido. Afrido. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Prince Jide Kò sọ owó máa lẹ̀. Everybody go for Jagaban. Òrìṣà tó bá gbé ni là ń kóbì fún. Eégún tàbá rí nígbà ìṣòro là ń rántí dáná fún nínú ọdún ọ̀jẹ̀. Ìrẹ̀lẹ̀ tí ò gbé ni kì í béèrè àgùntàn. Aṣíwájú ti ṣe fónílé, ó ti ṣe fálejò. Ó ti ṣe ìlú, ó ti ṣe ènìyàn. Ó yẹ máa bá mi sọ pé àṣẹ. Ẹ máa pé kò ṣẹ. Ẹ máa pé kò ṣẹ. Tó bá ti jọ Sátidé, a máa dìbò, a máa wọlé, aṣíwájú máa dàrẹ. Ẹ máa pé kò ṣẹ. Ìbò ló lè ṣe. Ẹ tètè jáde, má dárìn lọ́jọ́ yẹn. Para àdúgbò ẹ, para ilé ẹ, pé gbogbo àwọn tó wà lágbègbè ẹ dìbò yẹn tí kò ṣe kí ni kò kún bẹ́ẹ̀. Aṣíwájú ni ká ẹ tì í fún. Orí bẹ́ẹ̀.
All classes, you know what they call F level? When you get failure in all the subjects that you take. F9, F8, F9, F8, FF, double F. That is his name. All
So, I just wanted you to know that it is going to be the turn of Kolu soon. But let's go back into that same stadium where, you know, the governor too, Governor Ade Pointer, I'm talking about Pointer's pilot, Sanwo-Iku anyway, is running for second term as well, which means he is also campaigning. And it's also his own grand finale too. You know what I mean? So let's go back in there. There are other people who have the other stuff to say. So yeah, let's start with this.
Rally, rally, but I want to thank all you Lagosians. I want to thank you for believing in the progressive. I want to thank you for believing that indeed, with a new dispensation, we will all move forward positively. We will acknowledge what our president have done. And we'll take it from there. We'll move it forward. I want to acknowledge that Lagos continue to be the center of excellence. It continue to be the state of aquatic splendor, the mouthpiece of our country, the centerpiece, the rally point of our country. And you have not disappointed us today. From every nook and cranny of the state, you have come out to show that indeed the city boy is a lover of Nigeria, is a lover of Lagos, and you have demonstrated it here today. So on Saturday, Kilamache, Amadibo, Amakoko Kano, Tabadibo Ton, Awaka, Awaripe, Ati Wole, Boshemarini. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for your patience. I want to acknowledge everyone for coming out here in large number. Mr. President, thank you very much. Lagos loves you. We love what you are doing. Ashiwaju, you can see your city is here for you. You can see that Lagos is ready for you. Shetima, you can see that Lagos is ready for you. Thank you all very much. And we will hope that at the end of this, we will carry the day together. Thank you very much. Thank you,
Your Excellency. Now, we welcome Deputy Governor Hamzat and his lovely wife. And now, Lagos, the reason why we are here, let us now welcome, first and foremost, the incoming Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima.
Kashim Shettima.
The Golden Boy. And, of course, our son, our father, the man who built the modern Lagos, here with his lovely wife, Lagos, incoming president, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Jagaban, and his beautiful wife, incoming first lady, Chief Mrs. Oluremi Tinubu. Thank you.
Oṣó ni, àjẹ́ ni, ẹlẹ́bọ lóògùn ni, amọ́niṣe ni, afàìmọ́niṣe ni, wọ́n á fi yín sílẹ̀. Oṣó ni, àjẹ́.
Ami, I don't want to waste much of your time there because there's still more to see. I just wanted you to listen to Sanwo-Iku there. Somebody actually knows him better, and it was this guy.
And the only way out for us is to continue to do that in the next 4 years. This particular aspirant, as you all know, you can go and check it, the records are there. This is somebody that has been arrested for spending fake American dollars in a nightclub in America. And he's been detained for months. And he knows that he has won mock shots for months before this whole thing was quenched. He's also known that he doesn't have the competence to do what he is being propelled to do. The records are there in Bagara General Hospital. This is somebody that has gone for rehabilitation before. We don't want to go too far, but we know.
You don't have to go too far. They have to cut you away because here you get. He's talking about his own successor. His would later be successor, by the way. So let's go back into that stadium. Again, Kolu. This is when he started talking. And I want to beg you, okay? And they will be singing. So if you are feeling like bored listening to him, just listen to Ayinde and the music on the side. I don't know which one you have to choose, being bored or being annoyed. So I have to apologize beforehand, okay? But let's go listen to what he told them in Lagos. Hope is here. Hunger is here. Japa is here. Emma Japa last year. Well, I'm coming.
Progress.
APC.
Progress.
Clean. APC.
Progress.
Clean. Nigeria.
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 Aṣíwájú.
Nigeria.
Aṣíwájú.
The great youth of Nigeria.
Great.
The intelligent youths of Nigeria.
Great!
The most focal youths of Nigeria.
Great!
The very, very brave youth of Nigeria.
Great!
The greatest of the greatest of the greatest of the greatest of greatest of the greatest youth of Nigeria. God bless you. Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. Thank you. Thank you in a million times. Thank you for today. Thank you for the past. And thank you for tomorrow. You set our foot on the path to the future to work hard, typical, and achieve greatness because it is desirable for Nigeria to be great. But you said, for anybody to succeed you, he or she must work hard, must follow the law, that in the election must be very transparent, and that your party will be a shining example like a sun shining on the mountain. Thank you, Mr. President. You follow the procedure. You encourage all of us. The primary came, the vote cast, and we all waited anxiously, and I won the vote. You didn't ask them to reverse it based upon my religion. You didn't ask them to alter it based upon my tribe. You didn't ask us to change it because I was not from your village in Dara. You celebrated, said to me, congratulations. Now you ask for the job, you are itching there. I came to you the vice president. But instead of giving me the same coin, you said no. You know better. You experience better. You know those Nigerians. You know who you did. Courage, the confidence, and the reason that this country and your leadership vision, and determination is for growth, independence of mind, and the capacity to think and perform. You encouraged me. And after that, I announced to you, you've made my choice. I chose one of those most known, most knowledgeable, very, very close individual and independent in thought, attitude, capacity, and knowledgeability. He has shown perseverance. He has shown determination. One of those most known, most knowledgeable, very, very close individual and independent in thought, attitude, capacity, and knowledgeability. He has shown perseverance. He has shown determination. He has shown grit at the time of challenge. The challenge came in form of Boko Haram and all of so. Kashim didn't flinch and didn't blink. He did face the challenge. We all join him in sympathy, in observation, and whatever little we can contribute. But he worked hard. He worked his heart out. He protected both Muslim faith and Christian faith, stood with the children.
I know all of you are just like, you just the para in the comment section. Somebody said that, who said that earlier? I'm going to go look for that person, right? You must be so raging. I warned you. I told you. I said, by the way, I'm so sorry about this off and on audio within the recording, okay? That's how I got it. And even though the credit for that goes to this TVC and the channels, okay? But yeah, we still have to guess. I mean, we managed to get something. It would have been sort of bad if there's nothing at all. Did you all hear where he's praising Buhari? Thank you for yesterday. Thank you for today. And thank you for tomorrow. 8 years or more. You guys have mind though. Like you want to sleep and wake up. And then just imagine it. 8 years of Tifnumbu. The nightmare. When I get mind though. But what can I say? People that have mind to support Buhari two times. They will have mind to do anything. So, sorry, don't take it personal, right? I told you not to expect much. Because I know him very well. Majority of us here, we know him very well. And that's what we have to deal with. And that's what some of you are trying to run away from too. Buhari we don't suffer. Buhari is the soul. We don't want another soul, Adefarasin. This Buhari is enough soul. For generation, another 40 years. I think I understand everyone's fear. Because how you won't take explainer that's the president of Nigeria. And some are saying that there's nothing you could do about it. Lagos Ababaku will say, nothing where you want to do. Which you want to do? You go manage them like that.
No be so, and it's so true that you see the level of Stockholm syndrome that people suffer in Nigeria. I call it selective amnesia, right? But memory loss. They had to hide Buhari away for majority of you to actually forget about Buhari's gaffes. It was almost like this. Remember? One of the things that majority were like, now this one will be president of Nigeria. God. Now this one will be, and for almost 8 years, you suffer that trauma. Just imagine another 8 years of this. When I get mine though, let's go back to that stadium. I'm sorry again, okay? Hopefully, they will play music in this one, so that you can just take your minds off what he's saying. Somebody said he hasn't even said anything. I said, I told you don't expect anything. Just look at what is about to befall Nigeria. Are you with me? And maybe you should begin to actually plan your future now. Somebody said that we'd rather jackpot to our own nation. I said, I need this one. You see, this election could determine a lot of things. You have no idea yet. Or you got to see the pointers. Let's go back in there. Sorry, guys. Again.
One of those most known, most knowledgeable, very, very close individual and independent in thought, attitude, capacity, and knowledgeability. He has shown perseverance. He has shown determination. He has shown grit at the time of challenge. The challenge came in form of Boko Haram and all of so. Kashim didn't flinch and didn't blink. He did face the challenge. We all join him in sympathy, in observation, and in whatever little we can contribute. But he worked hard. He worked his heart out. He protected both Muslim faith and Christian faith, stood with the children, and was determined to free those girls. We worked together on it. I knew him more that time. Kazim Shetima is a reliable, dependable, courageous, and persevering man. I did make that choice. Today is not a victory speech. Today is a challenging speech. Challenges that I must lay on the foot of Mr. President. He is the president. You can have only one at a time. I heard loud and clear, and I can measure the level of confidence you have in me. At a distant country, thank you. In a distant country, Mr. President told them of my characteristics and his faith and my capacity to do a good job as a president of Federal Republic of Nigeria. I thank him very much. Only he returned yesterday and said he must come to Lagos to attend this rally. And he is doing so. He never missed his word. He never lost his promise. He promised to give to you the future of this country, to lay it in the hand of you, the youth. I want to say thank you very much. Join me in raising your hand high and say thank you. Say thank you.
Thank you.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you all. Mr. President, I have much to say, but I've kept you waiting for too long, and it's not today. But I assure you, as you work hard for me, I will work hard for Nigeria.
Oh. Thank you, thank you.
As you give Nigeria the hope to renew their faith in their country, I will sustain that hope. I will bring it to you. Those who look helpless today will be helpful in this country. All the agenda set in our program, Renewed Hope Manifesto, will be pursued diligently, vigorously, with all our energy. Please, bear with me. I have to thank you, majority of you, in Yoruba language. Ẹ ṣé, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín, ojú ò ní tì yín, látọjú Ẹlẹ́gbà, Dékẹjà, Ṣómólú, Bàrígà, Àlímọ̀ṣọ́, Ìbọ̀lá,
Àkànbí tẹ̀ ń wò yìí.
Ọ̀dìnà.
Ọmọ ayé ni. Àkànbí tẹ̀ ń wò yìí. Jàǹsọ́ tẹ̀ ṣe wà náà ṣó ti rí. Àkànbí ṣe wà náà ṣó ti rí. Ọmọ lọ́dọ̀ rẹ̀. Ọmọ lọ́dọ̀ rẹ̀. Ókè, ọwọ́ yín dà, ẹjọ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Àkànbí, wèrò lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ o, ó ń jọlá ìwà ẹ̀. Aṣíwájú, wèrò lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ o, ó ń jọlá ìwà ẹ̀. Ìwà ló yẹ ká rò, aṣíwájú, ìwà ló yẹ ká rò, níbikíbi bàbá wà. Aláṣíwájú tẹ̀ ń wò yìí. Ẹ sọ kọ́ Bọ́lá Wùjá, aṣíwájú tẹ̀ ń wò yìí. Ọmọ ayé ni. Aṣíwájú, ìyá ni kò ṣe é mú o. Ìyá ni kò ṣe é mú o. Ta ló máa mọ́rò? Ojú ṣàgbọ́lá o.
Ẹgbà one, ó fẹ́ kí n kúrò lórí podium.
Wọ́n lọ
Wà á dákẹ́ díẹ̀ fún mi náà. Ẹ dákẹ́ díẹ̀ fún mi náà. Only one question left.
Somebody said that this is a comedy show that he enjoys really so much that he's comparing it with Dave Chappelle. Said, man, this is funnier than Dave Chappelle's show. No, it's not. We are mocking. You are laughing at an old man, and so many people don't like that. Okay, but they want him to be the president so that just like Buhari, as they are dealing with Nigerians, then they will be laughing. At least they will have something to laugh about. Call will be making them laugh for those who will be alive or remain alive then. You can be laughing and crying, you know, like this is a terrible one. A terrible feeling like this. Do you get that? When Kolu become their president, they will be crying. They will be laughing at the same time. Look around you. Just look around and you understand what I'm saying. She is suffering and say, Baba, Okoja Oyemi. I'm sorry, I'll take you back again to the place where Buhari was called to come and perform the ritual. Like that, you know. Mr. President, I will hand over to you. Thank you yesterday, thank you today, and thank you tomorrow. Let's go back to the place again. And I'm going to take you to Anambra, Ogbomosho, Offa, and a few other places too, just before we go tonight, okay? So, let's go back.
Amen. Amen.
God bless Nigeria. God bless Republic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Can we move back small?
Please. Before the president comes, we need to decongest the stage.
We're inviting the president, so let's move back small.
So we'll have our governors, the Senate President, Mr. Speaker, come and support Mr. President. Our governors, incoming President, incoming Vice President, please come and support.
And
the former governors, former governor of Bauchi, former governor of Ogun, former governor of Gombe.
Saturday Tomboyi,
Support the president.
Amadibo.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Integrity, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari. Say Baba. Say Baba. Say Buhari. Buhari, I
raise the hand of the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Tinubu, and the governor of Lagos State, Sam Olu. Congratulations, and I wish APC the real best of luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Asiwaju. Thank you, Amadibo. Amawale.
Amadibo.
Aswaju has explained to you how he came about somebody. He knew him, he's loyal, he's reliable, he's hardworking, and is a committed Nigerian. Congratulations.
Thank you. This is a beautiful sight. So to do the national anthem, we have the lovely Ore Sax to lead us in the national anthem.
All right, thank you. Let's go. Ladies.
Is it just me? Or you noticed Buhari only spent just 1 minute, 17 seconds on that stage by just saying, this is for president, this is Governor Sanlu for governor, which APC area lock. Did you hear that? Did you see that? Anyway, that is the end of the grand finale rally of Tinubu in Lagos. The whole politicking will now start. Here you get. Because tomorrow, you expected the Supreme Court to say something about the legality or illegality of your Naira note. And tomorrow is Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah. So we have so much to look forward to. Buhari has ticked the box and he's gone back to the alleged saboteurs that are working to make it Kolu lose. And yet, that is the man that they took to court in their own political party just because they wanted the court to tell him to please let the old Naira note remain legal. That's the man, the two of them on the stage. They couldn't tell him to his face, or they told him, he never listened to them. And among those they mobilized to that place and those who didn't make it to that place, they are the victims of their politicking. So, Amadibo, Amawale seems to be their slogan now. That is them when Buhari is standing there, the cowards. Not being able to say to his face that Buhari oba gbe popamo, oba gbe naira pamo, Amadibo, Amawale, we will vote and we are going to win. So when they say that slogan at their campaigns, they are using, that's a slogan against Buhari. Sure you get F9 parallel, F8, FF. Are you with me?
All classes. You know what they call F level? When you get failure in all the subjects that you take. F9, F8, F9, F8, FF, double F. That is his name.
So no wonder, just like he told his supporters a day before the APC Egbekebese Congress or yeah, Congress, the one they did their primaries, that I've done all I had to do. Okay? Even though Buhari is not supporting me, is not showing that support, fine. But I've done all I have to do. All I can say to all of you is that you remember that video? Suddenly, after Buhari left, Tinubu's boys, they started sharing the video again. I don't know if you have heard them say something like that. Or I'll remind you. Take a look. Sure you get. But that's all he can say, you know. It's got millions of people like that who are ready to ferry him into the asshole rock. You know the old theory, so I don't want to bore you with them. So he just told them that they should just, I've done all I have to do. We'll see what happens. Yes, we will see what will happen. However, like just before I jump into other things, I mean, what do I mean by other things? I'm going to jump into the next conversation, but take a look at this. This is what is at stake in Nigeria's on Saturday. Okay. Nigeria 6 geopolitical zones and their registered voters. Yeah. So from all indicators, north, east, west, south, and the rest of every other places, right? There seems to be what you can call a surge in the people who are interested in participating in this election. So the number is no longer adding up like they used to say. So if they mention Borono, or if they mention Jigawa, or they mention Niger, and they will tell you that one single of those states will cancel other places, all those theories are no longer real. Do you understand? And as for what they have said, for the first time, if they do your elections and Buhari stand his ground, where he is not letting them use the power of incumbency, rigging, and the rest of those, for the first time, you might witness the dismantling of the Nigeria establishment right before your lifetime. You might witness that. Obedient are existential threats to the establishment in Nigeria. And they will do anything and everything, as they say normally, to crush them. So you know the problem. You see that southeast, south, they are PDP stronghold or fortress when it comes to Nigeria elections. Now, the obedience from all of their polls, including the ones from the APC and PDP, you won't believe this, so they were ceding over 70% to 80% of all of these 24 million from south, and southeast to Peter Obi. Now, that's why I'm saying that if you have to use numbers, or why the whole thing may get even like more tension may rise in the coming days, in the next 2-3 days, why they are going to focus on them and they are going to try to start attacking them even more. I am giving you this instance now, okay? To win election in that Nigeria, rigging or no rigging, you have to be very strategic. You have to spread your rigging to match what their constitution says. Now, if Southeast Nigeria have 10.9 million registered voters, almost 11 million, and from that part alone, they give 50% of that to Peter Obi. That means the person that is not supposed to be a threat already have over 6 million ready-made of such votes. Now, think about that. I'm just saying, you know, for you to understand where all the para, as well as all the frustration will be coming from, and you'll be asking yourselves, why are they worried about them when they know they can't win? The reason why they are worried about them is what I'm about to break down for you. On your screen, these are numbers released by their own INEC, okay? Let's start from the top, the Northeast. In that Northeast, yeah, APC, Egbekegbe, surprisingly, controls that part a bit. Or they share it with PDP too. So, out of the 12 million, right, from what I have heard, if they have all their free and fair, as they call it, no much of this violence, disobedience, they will drag out more than 1 million vote from there. And the way they intend with APC and PDP doing their things, they are not looking for much other than 25% of the votes there. And the reason why El Rufai and Gang are so upset politically is because they said that Disobedient and Peter Obi and their campaigns have awoken the other ethnic nationalities from northern Nigeria. Because if you understand what northern Nigeria looks like, let me give you an instance. Let me give you this picture. You see this picture you have on your screen, right? This is Nigeria. You can see them. When they say Northwest, Northeast, North Central, Southwest, South-South, Southeast. So northern Nigeria occupies the largest part of Nigeria. 73% of the landmass in Nigeria is located in the northern part of Nigeria, North Central, Northeast, Northwest, okay? Now, these are the states. So you see inside all these states, as you see them as states, they will say Fulani this, Fulani that. Baba, Koko bury that now. The threat right now is that there are Christian communities from inside, there are Christians, tribes from northern Nigeria in large numbers that surprisingly, they are now kind of getting involved too. So you know what APC said? They said because of disobedience, Obi is about to cause religious crisis in Nigeria. For going into this region and identifying with all of these tribes that you see inside, up north there, yeah, that they are now saying, they are not saying they're going to win or like beat them or sure you get. They are not worried that when you say Northeast of Nigeria, you are talking about Yobe, Borno, Bauchi, Gombe, Adamawa, Taraba. Now, in reality, with their own INEC number, I'm talking about with their own INEC statistics, right? These areas, the northeast of Nigeria, the Christians there, and some other smaller communities who have been victims of a Fulani terrorism, Boko Haram and the rest, they are going to, surprise them and deliver 25% for Obi in that area. That's a threat. Now, when you look at the Northwest, so the total numbers of voters, they have the highest voters according to the INEC, okay? 22 million. Now, that's what they will tell you because normally they just write the elections in those places. But surprisingly, yeah, those places are now kind of springing up and they are not looking on the side of PDP, APC, surprisingly. Not that they won't beat, not that they can defeat APC, PDP there with the statistics, but surprisingly, they will put large numbers of the votes that if counted, we also give Peter Obi. They said, in fact, see, they are Northwest. Let's look at the states in Northwest of Nigeria. They are Sokoto, Kebbi, Zamfara, Katsina, Jigawa, Kano, Kaduna. So normally, right, APC, Egbekegbe controls majority of these places. But the APC will tell you, waiting to write and read and do what they did in 2019. Now, they won't be able to because with all the sentiment of, Muslim ticket and then Northern Nigeria, Atiku, PDP and the rest of that, yeah, is factoring in those places, which means APC, PDP will be dragging it between themselves there. And the number is not adding up for Tinubu in that place as well. Again, the law in Nigeria says the person who will be declared winner in Nigeria must win at least 24 states. He must have 25% in 24 states. Okay, and they must win 2/3 of all the states. And I think that would be like they have to win 28 states or something outrightly. Sure, you get by popular vote or whatever you. Now, the threat is that in this Northwest states, yeah, that APC, PDP will have to share among themselves. 22 million votes, they say, right? These guys are looking for between 2 and then 5 million. Surprise vote that will add up. Now, that's going to give them something around 7 million, 2 million, 2 million, 5 million. The rest goes to APC and PDP, which their number will also look larger and bigger. But when you get to the North Central, that is a big threat. Look at the areas in North Central. Niger, Kwara, Abuja, Nasarawa, Plateau, and Kogi and Benue. Right? PDP and APC are supposed to actually make a good headway there, right? But surprisingly, in their poll, the obedient and their people are breaking ranks in those places. In fact, Benue is no longer for PDP, APC, right? And then Abuja is gone as well. And I've also been told, well, we've seen in their own data and the rest. You know why I'm showing you all of this? It's just to tell you that not be everything whether they show you on social media is actually so real. On ground, the reason why they are going to be reacting the way they will be reacting, and you'll be wondering why, is because the numbers are not adding up. You see all those places that they expect Obi and obedient to steal and divide their votes there, Northeast, Northwest. For that North Central is expected to pull a surprise rail. It's like a bulldozer, what have you. Well, if that happens, now you know the story of one single state in Northern Nigeria will cancel everything from Eastern Nigeria. Now, with the number you have on the screen, you know that is not true, Abi. It's not true. But here is the dynamics to this. PDP usually they always cover up everything they've lost in Northern Nigeria. They cover them up in Eastern Nigeria and South. But surprisingly, the obedient and their people, they have also ransacked the entire place. That even Wike, with the Wike in River State right now, is now threatening the local government chairman in River State, telling them that if any of them should lose his local government or his ward or polling unit in his local government to anybody, they will have him to answer to. That is creating a bigger problem there. You know the problem is this. When it gets to the Eastern Nigeria, it is projected that 90% of what is coming from there will go to Peter Obi. And if they have 10 million registered voters, and they have more than 7 million who have collected their voters card, right? And then with the expected large voter turnout, do you know what that means? Obi is expected to get over 90% of whatever comes out of there. PDP will have absolute almost nothing. Meanwhile, they control some of the states. It's tragic, isn't it? You look at PDP chart, you look at APC poll, and they all considered Eastern Nigeria to Obi. Then follow it up with a propaganda that one single vote from Kaduna will cancel everything from Eastern Nigeria. It's not true. So if they begin to tell people to burn churches, to burn people, to start attacking people, you should know why. If you go anywhere and they're attacking Obi here and there, all of you, gaslighting you, calling you names, calling you everything, telling you they will teach you lesson and the rest of that, it's because they are those worried, not you. I'm only saying this because they say numbers don't lie. Yeah? They are those worried, not you. Some of you don't know the damages you have caused. They both came out and they considered Eastern Nigeria, and they are considering 10 million voters. So if their voting happens, that's a ready-made, how much? 5 million vote for him, just like that. It's already there. In the South Nigeria, Niger Delta and those places, they are threatening people. They are telling them if you do anything otherwise than what we tell you, we'll burn you, we'll kill you, we'll do this. Guess what? 14.5 million votes, or nearly 14.5 million votes is at stake. A majority of these Niger Delta governors who have, especially Delta, that has invested over 240 billion naira Niger Delta, Delta state money into Atifku's projects. They've got about 4 million voters in this number. And guess what again? In their own tally and the rest, Baba, they are also considering the south of Nigeria to be. Oh, well, no. PDP is claiming that they are going to make substantial gain in that place. APC considered the place, but they are waiting for Wike's miracle, as well as, what do you call it? That Cross River guy Olympopos Olymperi, the little Hitler of Cross River. They are expecting them to perform miracle and give, you know what I mean, just deliver them at least 25%, 25%. See the irony, oh? Now, if you then come to Southwest, Tifnumbu's base, let me tell you something. Yorubas, no matter what you think, Yorubas are going to vote for Tifnumbu. Expectedly. But you know something as well? More and more Yorubas are also not going to vote for Tifnumbu. Statistically and historically, in Yoruba land, I am saying this to you now and I want you to go and cross-check. Except for 1999, when Yorubas, Southwest Nigeria, delivered over 68% of the entire vote from the entire Yoruba land to one political party called AD. Because a Yoruba man, Olufalaye, was seen as the person who was flying the flag of the Afenifere. Awolowo political ideologist. Remember? But in 2003, after the same failed Yoruba governors thought Obasanjo could save them, and they made a deal with him that Yorubas should support Obasanjo now for second term, and then Obasanjo will support them too for second term. The rest, they say, is history. Yorubas have always been voting, most of the time, according to substance, and the statistics have shown that many times. In 2007, when Yorubas were left with people destroying people, and then I think it was ANPP, Bina APP, ACN, Tifnumbu could only convince just about 51% of Yorubas to support his candidates of ACN at the time. But nationally, right, it couldn't make any significant change. In 2015, when if you check PDP and APC in Yoruba land, Western Nigeria, it was 55% and 45%. 55% for APC that were driving change at the time. You remember? But even at that, in Yoruba land, good luck, Jonathan still got over 45% of the vote of the Yorubas. In 2019, despite all the rigging and the rest of what happened, right? When Yorubas voted, all of the votes that came out of the Yoruba land was also shared almost equally with the riggings and everything, with Tifnumbu and his own influence. They could only just get about 51% of Yoruba votes for APC. Remember, data don't lie, so you can go check them. So it's easier for you to point fingers at Yorubas this or that, but for the statement of me, for the sake of facts, yeah, you can go and check all those. Which means Yorubas don't follow anybody and say, I don't talk, we go just follow him. We've never done that. It has never happened. Awolowo, alive and dead, remain the greatest Yoruba man ever. Do you know why? He was able to at least move a political ideology that was adopted by more than 60% Yorubas, and it became their way of life. There were other ideologies in Yoruba land during Awolowo time. Seriously, yeah. There were other political ideologists. But the Awolowos remained the talk of the town, or the talk of history, because he was able successfully, despite all that happened, to implant that political ideology into at least 60% of the Yorubas. But electorally, Yorubas will never sleep and then face one side. So Tifnumbu may be telling you a lot, but there is going to be an effect. He's a Yoruba man, no doubt. is the worst of the worst from Yoruba land. Of course, no doubt. They are making the loudest of the loudest noise. Of course, we can see that. If they are telling you that Yoruba land is comprising of Yoruba people only, they are not being honest. And that could be one of the things that they will actually do to set the stage for the violence that will follow the election. Because a lot of you will be like, why? How? They've started their tribal card. They've started gaslighting people. And then, you know what I mean? People that have lived their lives in Yoruba land for decades before Tinubu could even venture into politics. You know why? The numbers are not adding up. In reality, there is nothing like Yorubas are going to be. Yorubas are going to... No. Stop lying to yourselves. It has never happened that way. In fact, to add more to the confusion, a Yoruba man wants to be president. This will be the first time the Yorubas will reject a Yoruba man for presidency. Don't let anybody gaslight you or poo-poo you in any way. There's nothing about Tinubu that fascinates the real Yorubas. So don't let them. They are the loudest, the noisiest. But it's not going to be the first time that Yorubas will reject what they believe doesn't align with them. But there will be Yorubas that will align. Do you get that? So in Yoruba land in Western Nigeria, as still being part of Nigeria, is not populated by the Yorubas only. It is still part of Nigeria, sure you know. Lagos State, where Tinubu has managed to continue to negotiate and renegotiate the sustainability of his oligarchy there. It's a city or it's a state of 22 or 25 million people. Out of the whole population, more than 30% of them are not from the same Lagos State. In fact, more than 30% of them are not Yorubas. And let me shock you, more than 70% of those who live in Lagos State today are not from Lagos State. The real Lagosians are, unfortunately, never really pushed them, and they are never like involved in the real thing of running their state. And this is not because of anybody's doing, this nobody's doing that attracted anybody to Lagos State, okay? The story of Lagos State being the former capital of Nigeria for over 80 years, naturally, systemically, attracted everybody to that same city. That is normal. So which means that city built, and they call it cosmopolitan city, which means it is a city that comprises of supposed Nigerians from every part of Nigeria, because historically it used to be their capital. So whatever picture they have painted, whatever thing they are pushing everywhere, remember I told you, Yorubas don't sleep and face one side. And I have this based on facts, not what your conjecture and everything might be. So if they hold their election on Saturday, it is not going to be a difference. In fact, it is more confusing now. Usually you could easily say PDP, APC, Abi. Now you can't say that anymore. Now that they have Obedient, they have PDP, they have APC. Nobody can give you the real data anymore. If Kolu is giving you any data based on what they believe they are capable of doing, they are not paying attention. And what that will bring is this. Like all of you, like I said before, you will see Maiyegun, they will shock you on Saturday. No, I'm okay to be shocked. The only thing that will never shock me is that if after the whole thing, your establishment declare Kolu and everybody just go down and goes like that, like nothing happened, that's what will shock me. I'm sorry, that won't shock me, rather. What will shock me, other things may shock me, so to say. Because the establishments know, they are believing that they have it in the bag. It's already sorted. Everything you are doing is a noise. But the statistics are not adding up. That's not what the stat is saying. So which means, if they go ahead with their plan of the usual, start continue to make noise on social media. The voters are not on social media. But where did they get all this over 200,000 people that are saying they are going to stand at your polling unit? So they are not abroad, they are there right now. Social media polling unit, Abi, Is that what you are telling yourself? That's what I'm saying, that if they continue to believe, or I know they don't, but if they continue to tell you that it's sorted, it's all noise, there's something they are not telling you. And I believe that that is actually them preparing the ground to say some people rigged the election. So I won't be surprised if APC, Egbekegbe, are the first people that will start screaming, rigging. Imagine, people that are conducting the election be the one to raise the alarm and say rigging. That would shock me. If you obedient or PDP says they have started rigging, it won't shock me. It's not new. It will just be like, Shay, we didn't tell you. Maybe we told you. So what are you going to do about it now? We are recording the video. We are going to Supreme Court. We are going to go to court and claim our mandate. Omo, I will be laughing. Shay, you get. That won't shock me. But when APC starts saying they have started rigging, Kaduna is not Kaduna in anymore. Kano is not Kano in anymore. Jigawa is not Jigawa in. Borno is not Borno in more. The numbers are not coming. They are rigging. That will shock me. So don't pretend that we are not all preparing for any shock. It's just, what kind of shock are you prepared for? I decided to share that with you. So you see that Southwest. Let me show that to you again. They are working on voter suppression. 17.9 million votes is at stake. Unlike the Southeast, you cannot say the 17 million in Southwest is going to go to Tinubu. You can't say that. Let's be honest. He's a Yoruba man, okay? And it's not a pushover. Fine, right? So if for years, ACN of Tinubu, APC of Tinubu and Buhari, they could only pull less than 3 million votes from Southwest Nigeria, despite over 12-13 million registered voters. So they could only pull about 3 to 4 million from Southwest Nigeria. But let's say Kolu is now contesting. He's a Yoruba man. You cannot give the votes in Southwest to Kolu the same way you will give it to Obio. Sure, you know. I'm talking about projection, Abi. It simply means that in Southwest Nigeria, the reason why they have to amplify what they call tribal card, religious card, ethnic card, is because if you can say Obi will take Eastern Nigeria, it will be a fact. But if you say Tinubu is going to take the Western Nigeria, that is debatable. Tinubu will win Southwest Nigeria. I am confident that that's going to happen. Not because I'm confident in him. I'm just because of their statistics, the number. Okay? So let me give you a scenario. 17 million. And they have about 13 million people who have collected their voters card. Okay? In Southeast Nigeria, if 10 million people are allowed to cast their vote, statistically and then evidently, they expect that Obi will take more than 50% of that. In Southwest Nigeria, if there was no Obi, you could easily have said that Tinubu would take more than 50% of the vote from Southwest Nigeria. Expectedly. Even as a Yoruba man, let's even give that to him, that it would take at least 70% of the vote. That's substantial, Abi. But now Obi is in the picture. Okay? Which means it's no longer going to be between two people. It's going to be between three now, or even more. So can you now see what I'm talking about? Can you? Okay. That's the reason why they have to continue to show the show of force. It's called show of force. They will do rally in Lagos State until Saturday morning to prove that Tinubu had to win Lagos. But what will happen is that by the time the numbers start coming out, imagine somebody from Western Nigeria with 17 million votes available, and they say Tinubu gets 6 million of the votes. And they say Atiku is getting 3 million of the votes. I'm just saying, okay, let's give it that way. I know you obedient. You won't agree that I should put Atiku second. No, I know what I'm saying. Traditionally, with what I say, okay, fine. It's not right. Okay. Let me use your own, your preferred start, yeah? Tinubu is a Yoruba man. It's, let's say they give him 7 million. That's a lot of votes. 7 million. Okay. Eventually, the obedient across Yoruba land with what they have shown to us so far, including their own polls, they come out and they give Peter Obi 4 million from Yoruba land and Western Nigeria. 4 million. And they give Atiku 3 million. Now, you will say Tinubu won Southwest Nigeria with 7 million votes. Abi? Or you will also remember somebody else also came to that place as well, and he also got over 3 million. The same one that you can say to Tinubu that will go to Eastern Nigeria and will struggle to get 500,000. Some said if he gets 500,000 from Eastern Nigeria, then right arm. No, people say a lot of things, okay? I'm just saying. So do you see the difference, eh? Obi from Eastern Nigeria getting over, let's say, 2-3 million from Western Nigeria. But Atiku from Northern Nigeria, what do you call it? Call him Kolu Tinubu from Western Nigeria, goes to the Eastern Nigeria and could barely get 1 million. Do you understand the math? Those are the things that are giving your leaders concern. They are waiting for Imo. They are waiting for where else again? Ebonyi. The number is not adding up. That's what I'm saying to you. They are not adding up. At the same time, the number are also not really putting Obi in a clear win, which is now adding to the pressure of what if this thing enter runoff? What thing can't happen? Nobody can tell you. Well, let me take you straight to Oka, same way I did. And then I want to say something. In Southwest Nigeria, that is why when you see all the Tinubu's supporters and campaigners, they always target the Igbos. For those of you who don't understand why they continue to target the Igbos, because of Obi, for Tinubu, and they are not tackling other people like the Fulanis, the Hausas, and the Northerners in a way, that way. Every small thing they will say, you enter night bus, you come to Lagos. Now you are not grateful to Tinubu. So does that mean that your forefathers, your great-grandfathers, who came to Lagos before Nigeria even got independence, majority of them were like in their 4th, 5th, 6th generations of Easterners. So those of you who are their descendants, they still continue to use that phrase, xenophobic phrase. The Igbos, they abandoned their region to come to Lagos. They come through the night bus. And the reason why they have been targeting you more instead of others is because the numbers are not adding up. Shengete. And not be only the Igbos enter the night bus to come to Lagos. Listen to this. In Lagos, every household in Nigeria, from every part of Nigeria, they have a family member in Lagos, whether lost in Lagos, that they never go back again, and they continue to claim to be Lagosians. There is no part of Nigeria, not even a single village in Nigeria that doesn't have any family member in Lagos, the former capital of Nigeria. So because of this cosmopolitan state of Lagos, you have the Yorubas who enter Aderami, what do you call it? Agbegiledo enter Lagos. A lot of us Yorubas from other part of Yoruba land. Some of us entered Kabu Kabu. What do you call it? Agbegima Agbeyawo. All this Moolue. Some of us entered Moto Akugi. Some of our parents, they went to Lagos through what you can call, Ajapa and the rest of those. Because we share that proximity with Lagos. So the Igbos, the Hausas, the Fulanis, the Jaws, the Shekiris, and everybody who also found themselves in Lagos. You know what happened? Like the Igbos, toiled, walked, suffered, hard, whatever. to become what they have become in Lagos. And you know what that made Lagos? It made Lagos the richest state in Nigeria today. Not because Lagos has created anything miraculous, but because the Igbos that migrated to Lagos, the Yorubas that migrated to Lagos, and everyone that migrated to Lagos, especially the Igbos, they started businesses. Those who will start work started working, paying taxes. Those who will start businesses, they started businesses, they are paying taxes to Lagos State. And then, what do you call it? Those that will actually even offer their own expertise in different areas in Lagos State. Everybody working there, pay their taxes. But Tinubu, who also came from somewhere to Lagos State, and so many other politicians you see there. The governor of Lagos State right now is an Ijebu man, okay? The former governor of Lagos State, well, he's a Lagosian from Ekpe, Ambode. Fashola is also from Ekiti. Some said he's from Lagos. Well, I told you, we all came from somewhere. My own parents, who went from Ijebu, also, they are Lagosians too. Yeah? Many of your own parents, grandparents, forebearers who also ended up in Lagos, right? Like Tinubu's and others, right? So, but the difference is that while others are working, paying their taxes to strive to be whatever they have become in Lagos, the politicians like Tinubu in Lagos, they continue to ruin the education of our own children. They were turning our children to Agbero. They were turning them to political vuvuzelas. They are turning them to, street urchins, cultists, and the rest of all those vices that you can think of. Wada, give us money. Where's our money? Oh yeah, Yorubas. Taxing those they call people who came who came via night bus. Election is here again. The people that are paying the taxes that Tinubu is actually living off, Tinubu and his entire family living off those taxes, as well as our own Yoruba brothers and sisters that have not been given the proper opportunities to achieve and reach their potentials. When you talk about those that Nigeria have destroyed, our young people are among them. Look at your uncles and aunties, useless, unemployed, unemployable, young, old men and women everywhere in Yoruba land. Because while those they said came through the night bus were working hard, they were training our own people to be collecting rent on them, to be collecting rent from them, to be collecting taxes from them. So we became Agbero. They have nothing to really offer. Then we became so jealous because now that those people who are paying those taxes are now saying we are actually interested in those who are going to use our taxes. So you know what they are saying? They started targeting them. I know what I'm saying, APC, Egbekegbe went on national TV and accused the Igbos of coming on night buses to Lagos State. And they are not appreciating Tinubu that gave them that chance. No, Tinubu is not appreciating the Igbos that work and run businesses in Lagos, paid their taxes to Lagos, and they got nothing in return. Rather, the future of Nigeria is going to be a xenophobic Nigeria. Trust me, you are going to look back and say, Buhari is actually so better. Trust me. See the mindset of those who are telling you that they will make Nigeria better, they will unite Nigeria, they will give Nigerians this or that. Watch this. Just so you know, when I told you that they have nothing but the tribal card, they've played a lot of it. A lot of you are playing it too. That will be a liar. No, you are calling him a liar because you are a Yoruba man, a bigoted one at that. They have nothing else to say other than to say, well, he's a liar. That's why I don't like him. Oh, why did you call him a liar? Can't you see all the things that all these Igbo people are saying about Tinubu? Meanwhile, they are supposed to be grateful to Tinubu. Propaganda of you telling your supposed fellow Nigerians that they don't belong to your circle. On the one hand, you will claim you are one Nigerians. On the other hand, you want the Igbos to go back to where they come from because they are ungrateful. Ungrateful to who? To the politicians that made Yorubas and Yoruba sons and daughters. The ones that have not japa, Look at what they are making their life in Nigeria. But trust me, when I said they were playing tribal card and all of that, and they are not ashamed of it, this is the youth leader of APC, Egbekegbe. Listen to him.
You know, I like your presentation, but people from your state who flood Lagos every day at the backs of trucks and trailers and night buses would not agree with you. They are not staying in their own state, they're coming into Lagos, and that is why we have thousands of people putting pressure on our social investment program and on our public amenities and facilities. And that Lagos was the Lagos that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu started the program to pay the WAEC fees of every pupil in our schools in Lagos, either they were Lagosians or people that came from your state and your state. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not a tribalistic individual and has continued to inspire the governors that has accommodated people in the state. So that's the reason why you see that our infrastructure, but we are not staying on that. We continue to expand the infrastructure. Yes, there have been traffic, but we have done a lot of investment in our road infrastructure. We have introduced the small last mile buses. We have introduced the large buses and the BRT lanes in Lagos State, for example. We have expanded 500,000 people go through our large ferries every day. And in addition to that, we are doing the coastal road and the regional roads across the Lekki to create alternative routes to get to the international airport. We are every day investing everything that we have into making Lagos better. And that's why every day millions of your people are entering into our Lagos. It is insulting of you to come on this platform and speak against the progressive families that have continued to build and make Lagos a safer place for people to come into.
That's your future Nigeria. So don't pretend later. Don't come here and pretend later. And please, that guy is not speaking for me. He's a Yoruba guy, and there are many like him. Many ignorant. And listen, he knows what he's doing. From your state, from us, from your state, they are coming to our Lagos. The way is not from Lagos State. Oh. But today, because of Tinubu, every Lagos Abobaku, from Iragbi Gio, from Okeogun, from Ode Omu, from Ibarakpao, from Efon Alaye, every Lagos Abobaku from Efon Ekiti. They are now Lagosians. Our Lagos. They are pointing fingers at the people because they are Igbos. It's an insult for you to come here and even debate us. That's what they are saying. It's even an insult for anybody to contest against Tinubu. Do you understand that mentality? How dare you? But those are the Agberos that Tinubu made in Yoruba land. There are many, they are everywhere. I'll save you more. Let me take you straight to Oka. Then from there, I'll take you to Offa. And from there, briefly, I'll take you to Ogbomoso. These are the places that they have cited Peter Obi and the obedience in the last 24 hours. Well, today, in the last few hours. As part of this chat tonight, let's first go to that Oka. I think they said it was a market. And after market, you know what I mean? how's the market in Oka? Let me say something just before we continue to those places I told you. All right. Some of you, probably you are watching me for the first time, or maybe you are just not tired of that line, okay? From the start of this broadcast, I told you, right? I said, if you want to watch Maiyegun, you have to watch Maiyegun with an open mind, even though you don't have to use open mind, okay? You can still use your own mind, wherever is there, all right? But you have to listen with an open mind, okay? Because there are things I'm going to say that are not going to sit down well with you. They're going to make you feel like, because most of the time when I talk, right, whenever I talk straight into the conscience, you know what they say, like speaking straight into the subconscious as well as the conscious as well as the subconscious mind. You know, when I say something and you are sitting down there and you begin to just think like, man, wow, I never thought that. You know, that kind of feeling, that's what I do for those who have been on MaiyegunsDiary Politico very well, all right? Now, if I say something, which I do all the time, sure you get, if I say something that makes you uncomfortable, okay, or you disagree with, right, you can abuse me. Yeah, type it in the comment and, you know, say what you like. But there's something you need to know, okay? And I need to remind you. When I said that the begotten Yorubas among us, yeah, is because we know the begotten Yorubas among us. And a lot of you, indeed, are bigots. And you need an excuse to justify your bigotry. Fine, it's okay. Okay? So when you see another bigot or set of bigots from another people, another tribe, majority of you are racist, or you won't agree. You are tribalists. That I'm talking about, you are negative tribalists, so to say. And I am somebody who actually say things the way they are. I am not going to say Yorubas are not, they are not racist. Yorubas are racist. But that doesn't give you, what do you call it? Because there are racist Igbos too, who are saying horrible things about Yoruba because of this Nigeria, okay? Or the racist Hausa Fulani, religious fanatics, and all of those. They exist everywhere. Majority of you Nigerians are a bunch of bigots. That's not hidden. But you know one thing is that some of you would like to justify your bigotry by saying, and what about the Igbos? The Igbos says horrible things. So you need the Igbos, right, that say horrible things about Yorubas to justify your own bigotry. Fine, it's okay. Do you get that now? But when I make that kind of explanation, there are Yorubas that have outgrown such bigotry. Politics doesn't bring them back to it. They have outgrown it. I am one of them. Do you understand? So if you're a Yoruba man, and that sounded like I am putting Yoruba down for other people. Baba, olórí burúkú ni ẹ́. Olórí burúkú àṣírí akóṣìbérò tọ́lọ́run kó mọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá ni ẹ́. There's no point in, listen, there's no point in you looking at me and think, because I said something that is so true, something that you only need a little justification for before you can say, do you know all the waiting the Igbos are saying about us? Olórí burúkú ni ẹ́. The olórí burúkú bí tiẹ̀. Igbo boy àbí Igbo woman àbí woman. The olórí burúkú Igbo bí tiẹ̀. Lẹ́jọ́ exchange ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. But there are actually normal people that have outgrown such bigotry. So if I can't talk calm, and you look at me, and you begin to sound like you are more Yoruba than Maiyegun, or calling other Yorubas names because of these olórí burúkú politicians. Nikure. Look at me, I am somebody who is
not really interested in how I look. No, I'm not interested. Look at me and say, yes, I'm Ogboni. Oribo she gbe bibo ye gbe tori bi enti o kin jẹun. We mi o kin jẹun. Shotan. I am not somebody you will look at and say, look at how he's looking. Look at how he's skinny. Look at how he's tiny. Look at his face. It's this and it doesn't bother me. It simply means that somehow you have looked at me and you are so angry and you don't know what actually you can say back to hurt my Baba. They hurt me. You know why? Àìjẹun ológbò kọ́ ni ò jẹ́ kó tájá o. It's not because say cat no dey chop. That is why it's not as fat as a cow. No. Cat get in own stature. Cow get in own stature. So is goat. So is dog. Do you understand? So if you see a cat and you are angry because it says something about your criminal drug addicted looters, and you are saying, why are you not like this cow? Look at him, so tiny, hungry. Baba, it will still change the fact that I am still the textbook definition of when parents are praying for good son. I am the real pointer. Parents will say, I wish my son is like that. It's as intelligent and as outspoken and confident as that Maiyegun. Yes, there are parents like that. They look at me and say, I wish my son was that intelligent. So telling me that I'm skinny, telling me that I don't look this. Oh, Baba, it will still change what is true. That I am not one of your political jobbers, attention seekers, cloud chasers. I am your conscience, the one you can't lie to, even if you lie to everybody. The one that will remind you how you actually feel. Even if when you tell the whole world that you are feeling fine, you are great, you are fine, you are feeling bubbly. I am that conscience that will get you thinking. Do you understand? Let me take you back to that talker again. I thought I should drop it in there. Do you know? Let's go back to that talker.
anyway, we're going to come down south now. Okay, I'm sorry, we're going to come down west, where it was also seen somewhere at the palace of Offa. Okay, see, somebody said that I am sitting down here, I'm just talking. If they bomb me well, I should come to the street and repeat all this thing I'm saying. I should come to Lagos and repeat it. That's what I'm saying. Some of you are not getting it. You see, every time majority of you, the Lagos Abobakus, the Ashiri, Sajia Jess, the ombuds slaves, every time you type all these things you type on social media, as your reactions, okay, to defending the Olori Bruku Ashiris that you call leaders too, it makes me laugh. Because you know something, majority of you are just bunch of low lives, following APC, hiding behind being a Yoruba, and at the same time, low life cowards, okay, who have so much strength when it comes to that. They call them keypad warrior. You call them keypad warriors, okay? I call them the Olori Bruku Ashiris from Lagos, and the Olori Bruku Omoales that are now grown up in Yoruba land. Sure, you get? They know they do anything. These are a bunch of low lives. I remember back then, people would be like, Maiyegun, if they catch you for Lagos, if they catch, I said, who will catch me? And what will be the, every time you display this, your madness, what you are doing, to those who are reading your comment, you are justifying what Maiyegun is saying. If you take out violence, and if you take out Nigeria being a crime scene, where you Olori Bruku Ashiris can commit crime and get away with it. One person said, I have listened to you cursing people on your program. No, I don't curse people. No, come on, calm down. Curse people care. So some of you Olori Bruku, Lagos Abobakus, you call yourself people. Do you actually think you are people? Now God just, you appear, you look like you are humans, you are people. You are not. That's the confusion. I don't curse people. I remind their cost, the costs they carry. Majority of you, Lagos Abobaku, are cursed people. You don't understand. You are already cursed because you curse yourselves. A lot of you said a lot of things to yourselves in 2015 that if this thing that didn't happen, may God destroy your lives. Look at your lives. APC Egbekegbe already destroyed your lives. I don't curse people. Come on, don't think you are actually like a real people. I don't think you are real people. Like, how could you be doing that to yourselves? Like, come on, look around now. So all of you, supporting APC, do you actually think you are actually real people? No one. Sure. I think that's where we are actually mixing things up. The real people, they know when I remind you their cost, the costs you carry. Do you know how many people that costs you every day? The people that are either being kidnapped or paying ransom or dying in the hospital bed because they have no money to pay for medical bill. There's actually no medical they cost you and all your leaders every day. You are cost. So when I call you Olori Bruku Ashiris, never in your life put yourself in the bracket of people. I watch you cursing people. Olori Bruku Nieni. You want to carry more people. You want to carry people. Olofo. They are a bunch of cowards, cricketers. So I don't have any business in Nigeria. Trust me, I don't. And I promise you this, yeah? When I do have any business in Nigeria, you bunch of low lives, see. You can't do anything. You know why you are confident? Because you know that if you attack anybody, as long as you belong to the criminal, your criminal leaders, they will cover you up. So why won't you go on social media and be typing? If we catch you, come and say this on the street. I was in Lagos for 2.5 weeks. And I was going live every day in that same Lagos. Have you forgotten? I was there in 2018. I didn't have any business. I don't have any there. Not physically anyway. Do you understand?
I could be anywhere I want to be in the world. Do you know that? I could go to anywhere. I could live anywhere I want to live in the whole world. So I was there in 2018. Everybody saw me. And before then, these Ashiris, they were so busy on social media that some of you are actually believing them. Maiyegun, I was praying for you. Maiyegun, when I saw you in that night, I said, Emma worry arayin, Emma madam olori buruku ilohun. Majority of them cannot touch me with the longest pole that they can find, even if they know that I'm somewhere. They can't. And with the longest pole, shoe get size. Let's just be honest, okay? So don't type on social media and say, if they burn you, come and say it on the street. Which street? The one that majority of you are begging from. So you can't jump from that, you're begging and all of that low life fed that you are living, that they are forced on you. You'll be looking for Maiyegun. To what? To beat me. To fight me. Ashiri. Now the same system go hold you. They go tie you down like a goat. When that happens, it will just help me tell people and show that, look at this way the coward do. I want to be a jayo. You don't have a clue. But you can only rely on your unfortunate criminal leaders to do what they do best. Use criminality to oppress people that they feel like are becoming too they're having big mouth. Apart from that, now, majority of you are slaves now, home and abroad. So don't go around and be blackmailing people and be calling them names because they will not subscribe to this Tinubu or even your election generally. And if you're looking for those to blackmail, I'm not one of them, okay? Now, so one weary, one shiri like that too. In fact, that shiri na Igbo ashiri, one mad Igbo guy, I would say, he was trying to lure me out. You know, they want to drag me into this their Yoruba versus Igbo nonsense on social media. Sure you get. And then he said, I have not been seeing this MaiyegunsDiary post again. It be like say the guy has left social media from the moment that his own kinsman, the man from his place, Tinubu, declared to be president. Now wow, this Yoruba people self. Can you believe that? One Shiri on Twitter tweeted at me. He said he's not been seeing Maiyegun on social media since Tinubu declared to be president because Tinubu is a Yoruba man. I quickly replied, I said, see, listen, guy, listen to me. If you're looking for somebody to use as your bait for your Yoruba versus Igbo nonsense, your bigotry and the rest of that, see, don't come closer to me. Okay? You can look for somebody else. I read all your nonsense on social media, but please do not mention my name. So I'm saying the same thing to you, Olori Bruku Yorubas as well. Following call Tinubu. I'm not cursing people. You already cursed people. Look at what you've done to the Yoruba land. You look at what APC has done to us. So you can turn around and call people Omuale because of Tinubu. Shongbo, as I see you, you better do yourself a favor. Unsubscribe. Here you get, as you are subscribing or unsubscribing, hundreds of other people are also subscribing. You know why? Because they can tell the difference. Okay? And I hope you remember that. I'll take you straight to Offa. This is where the Obi and his obedient met with Olofa of Offa in Kwara State, by the way. Please take a listen. Watch.
The State Secretary has agreed that is to do the introduction of our August. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. MC. Offa, please make some noise for His Excellency. We are glad to receive. Thank you. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to receive the next president of Nigeria by the special grace of God on May 29th. His Excellency Peter Gregory Obi, to take us further in this program today, permit me to invite the capable, hardworking, formidable, powerful state chairman of Labour Party in Kwara State to continue with the introduction
Daddy, Papa, Mama, Pikin, Kábíyèsí. Mo kí àwọn bàbá wa tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀, bàbá wa tọ́fà, bàbá gbogbo wa, bàbá everybody. Adúpẹ́ bàbá ọlọ́run rẹ̀ ní lẹ́gísí. Bàbá tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ ẹlọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ní wàá dùn lónìí pé àtúbà yín á máa bá yín lò wọ̀ lẹ́gbọ̀ọ́ lọ́wọ́. Ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́gbẹ̀rún bínú sí wa, Sàmẹ́tò ní. We apologize sincerely for yesterday and today. I believe that my excellency there is a reason we talk about it, but we appreciate you. You waited yesterday and you waited again. Thank you for the support for Labour Party in Kwara State and of my particular. Thank you, Royal Highness. Your Excellency, I will before our Royal Highness, a first-class king, a philanthropist, a king that everybody is married. And a king that has brought development to our community as well as that. We can count a lot of people that this king has the power. Human level, capital, and general level. So I'm happy today, the Excellency, introducing our Royal Highness, the Royal Highness, the Lord of Nabawa, the Leader of the president candidate of Labour Party, a man of impeccable character, a man that has ruled his state and made man, a man that is worthy to be emulated, a man that holds every institution in the country sacred and important. And I'm happy today to introduce to you His Excellency, the president in waiting for the federal government of Nigeria. I want to bring His Excellency. He can't stay apart at a very important community. He has so many commitments in many people he said he will be enough. So today we are bringing for your Highness a governor that was a governor that nobody has surpassed in this young Nigeria. A man that has made him back. And by the grace of God, the next president of the federal government of Nigeria. His Excellency, Mr. Peter,
Let me thank the Lord you and your people protocol. Let me start by most sincerely apologize to for not being here yesterday. I was supposed to be here yesterday, but it was impossible. Even today, I will tell you, by the time we were leaving today, they gave us the same weather reason. It is difficult to land in our farm. And that is why we are rushing to go out because of the weather in our farm. So, my dear brother, I apologize for yesterday. There was not any place, it was the weather. Thank you for understanding. The reason why we decided to come to our farm to pay our respect was because of our regard for this action, for the importance of this city to our country, Nigeria. And I'm sure, because of this, I do not think any other presidential candidate have been here, because they only go to capital. For us, I have to thank you and appreciate you. When I came here, I
I saw that so many people of different tribes, different ethnicities to live here, live in peace. And that's because you're a peaceful man. I can see people saying okay. I can see people still other things. So I'm not living as a family. Or for represent what we want in Nigeria. For this is peace. What we are doing in Nigeria, Labour Party is trying to build a new Nigeria. A new Nigeria, your message is a new Nigeria is possible. In the past 10 years, all Nigeria has done is to produce insecurity, to produce poverty, to produce hunger, to produce unemployment, to produce suffering. That is what we want to change. We want it to stop. Nigeria is a great country. Nigerians should be suffering for nothing. It is not something that we want to change. What we are offering is very simple. We are going about telling people this election should not be based on tribe, what we used to elect people for before. Every tribe in Nigeria is now hungry. Every tribe in Nigeria is now insecure. No tribe buys bread cheaper. Is there any tribe that buys bread cheaper? We don't want it to be my religion. No religion buys bread cheaper. Everybody in this country is suffering. So let them not tell us that story again. What we want now is to have a government of people who have character. So we know who they are. That's your man. Everybody knows man. Everybody.
So we are coming closer and closer to the end of the chat tonight. So thank you so much, by the way, for spending your evening with me this long, all the time anyway. So thank you, brethren. You can drop your offerings, okay, like the broadcast, and you can still share it. We have just a few minutes to go. I'll take you back to the Eastern Nigeria here. But before then, I think they're just going to be short clips, okay? I just want them to be part of this just before we go tonight. So here is one.
So that the one who working on the job. So that the one who working on the job. Don't worry, we believe that God. So please, go and vote for us. We will change our car. We will change anything. Anybody who is telling you, don't vote. This is your own. Go there and vote. Be a proud South Easterner. We must. This is the first time. If they want to do it by turn, it is our turn. You have to do it by qualification. I'm the most qualified. So go out and build a better nation. Support the PDP, support us, not PDP, not support the APC again. They've been there for 20 years. It is time to ask them to go. PDP, APC must go. It is time to go. I've just told you, every time they say, your leaders of tomorrow. Your leaders of tomorrow. Look at all the youth. None of you are the leader. I'm going to take a law to the National Assembly that will be important. That law must be said that 50% of all appointments must be women and youth. 50% of all appointments must be women and youth. I'll get these two people to ensure that
It's approved in the Senate. It's approved in the House of Representatives. You'll be approved in the House of Assembly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Labour all the way. Labour Party all the way. Labour Party all the way. Papa, Mama.
Some of us, some of you are now nice, okay? It's like you are also not being nice to me as well. What do I mean by that? Usually on this program, when I come with all the what do you call it, all the content I actually want to share with you, right? I discovered, I don't know if you have, I discovered that I actually spend more hours like discussing the actions and then what have you of the ruling party, Buhari, the APC, their candidate, which on the other hand gives you, or let me say gives them a sort of mileage. If this was to be of any advantage to anybody, MaiyegunSdiary Politico, discussing the politics and the happenings, right? Did you know that it would have been to the advantage of the people destroying people as well as all past criminals, right? APC. Because we spent like 1 hour, 2 hours, like 2 hours discussing them. And towards the end, just to balance everything, I would then bring this, the obedient and what they are up to. What are they doing? What are they up to too? Then I will also say, well, listen to their candidate. What is he saying? What is he telling them? I will do all of that within maybe like 30 minutes. I don't know if you have noticed. But some of you will still turn around. When you have been with me for 2 straight hours, where I've been talking about Kolu and all of them, playing their campaign videos, their campaign speeches, and every other thing they are doing. But when it comes to this last 15, 20 minutes of the program, then you automatically feel like, I tell you, this Maiyegun is working for Obi. How come you don't think I'm working for Kolu? When we can actually watch about 20 minutes, 30 minutes of his speeches, of what he said somewhere here and there, even though I said it's for comedy. But I've got thousands of people that actually have to see my videos every day. Over 1 million views every month for just this talking to you on YouTube alone. Over 1 million views monthly. Don't you think it would have made sense if you accuse me of working for Tinubu or working for Atiku because their content actually like gets more mileage on MaiyegunSdiary Politico? So you are not being nice, and it's not nice. It's not really good. I am only doing all of this to make sure that the whole report is balanced. Okay? So if you are looking at Kolu, if you are looking at what Atiku is up to, if you are looking at what Obi is up to, and the rest of them, so yeah, but why are you not doing that of the show? See, 2 things. Most of these guys who actually do these videos for, well, number one, I am not going to manufacture campaign for anybody, which means it is what happened that I'm going to actually share with you, right? Then discuss or analyze and find a way to have you connected to that, especially to whatever is happening now. I can't make up crowd for anybody. I can't make up campaign for anybody. It has to be what is there. Then when they make their clips, most of these guys, when they make any clip, they campaign, what have you, they will put the music of all these artists, Buga, and not so many other music like that. This music are copyrighted. You know what I mean? So if I have to go with just sharing everything I come across with you, there will be no MaiyegunSdiary Politico. I will be probably long gone now. So what I'm trying to say is that when I come across anything that I believe that is more useful in a way to whatever we want to discuss and talk about, I don't hesitate to grab them. That's why some people ask, Maiyegun, God knows how many videos you have in your gallery. No, I know how many videos and then other content I have in my gallery every day, and how much of them I delete every day as well. So it's not fair. It's not nice. If you comfortably in your own mind thinking that you are smart
And somehow, you believe that Maiyegun is supporting Obino. I have told you as well, I like them for one thing. Without them, we'll be talking about Tinubu and Atiku now. Sure, you get between Otapia and rat poison. Are you with me? But with them, they have mixed the whole shovel together. In fact, they are looking like they are the karma that you would love to witness, where you see people who feel so comfortable because they have conquered everybody in their mind. Now they are running elter-skelter G3. They are their karma. But this is still MaiyegunsDiary Politico. All I do on my platform is to discuss politics, as well as our politics and the politicians in Nigeria and what they do, how they affect you, whether you are in Nigeria or you are outside Nigeria. And a lot of people have given me credit for that. Like, no, you are good. So don't be like that. Please don't be like that. Or just be whatever you want to be. Doesn't matter. I'll take you back there again. I've got one thing to share. That's that. Here is another one. No, that's Kolu. I don't mix them together. That means I have to go. It's almost time.
That the ones who are working on this job, don't worry, we believe that so please, go and vote for us.
Thank you so much, everybody, for your time. Before I start extending this beyond what it should be, right? I'm going to see some other time. They are counting days towards their elections, okay? I'm also counting them. And I'm keeping everything that happens every day before then in the diary. There's so much to look forward to. One of them, I should remind you, is their Supreme Court sittings tomorrow. So tomorrow is also pregnant. The campaign, the grand finale is gone. Nobody can ask Buhari to come and show up for them anymore. Now it's all going to be about the structure. How they're going to mobilize the structure against Saturday. I think tomorrow is going to be an interesting day as well. Before their own. And then also, don't forget, we have just about 3 days or 4 days too. Sorry, 5 days too, right? And tomorrow is 22nd, yeah? Some are still thinking, are you sure there will be an election? I said, why are you in a rush? The time left for us to wait and see what will happen is not much like the time we have been told about it. So I am going to see you tomorrow. And until then, remember, praise God all the time if you are the type who does. And be careful, okay? I will see you again. And good night from here.
What shall I say unto the Lord? Yes, Lord. All I have to say, thank you, Lord. What shall I say? Thank you, Lord.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun #1.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun #1.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ aráyé. àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1.
bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1.
ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Maiyegun Diary Politico.
Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1.
ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1.
àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
bí gómìnà gbówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. oníkanṣá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. ayé
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
ha kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀n lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹ̀ ni.